Hi, warm welcome to this edition of the Time Factory's information sessions. My name is Jozef Myburgh. I am the Chief Changemaker of the Time Factory, and my passion and my mission is to create an army of change makers that will lead the world to prosperity. So today we want to focus on business planning. We're going to go through these type of focus areas. What is business planning? Why is it important, the life cycle of a business and the impact business plans got on that. And of course, we will have to look at change and then planning in an uncertain times. So what is business planning? There are two main types of business plans. First one, you're going to use when you start up your new business, new venture creation. The purpose of that business plan is firstly for you to see that yes, my business is making sense and I can get excited about this opportunity. The second option is when you have an existing business and something is happening in your business and you want to make sure that you can align the strategy to your resources and draw up some implementation plans and start to see how do you make sense of your environment in which you're operating. So it's very important to have measurements and those alignments, and then allows you to adjust to what is happening. Okay, so that is the what. The why. Why is this important? This past year, 2020, has not been normal in any way. Some analysts call it the big reset. That means that there were a major shift or change in the business landscape. The way that your customers have been buying and transacting has changed substantially during the last year. So business has changed, your environment changed, and that feeds the answer as to why do you need to do a business plan. You need to make sense of this changed circumstances and reality. So I wanted us to have a look at the life cycle of a business. Now, the life cycle during startup, there's that initial excitement, then you go through that deep dark places, and then lo and behold, you make a success of it, and your business is growing. We know from experience that during the growth phase, there might be lots of little events that can impact on your business and get you down into a decline as well. So those can be overtrading. It can be things like running out of resources, running out of money. But if you're happy and you grow your business to maturity, you can spend a good long time on the mature phase of your business. What we see now happening in the big reset is that there is a decline in mature businesses, and it plays out in one of three ways. One, the unfortunate one, is that the business declines and goes into bankruptcy. The second way that it can play out, so that is the first way. Second way is what we see a lot is lots of little waves. Initial downturn, and then things get better, then it gets worse again, and it gets better, and it gets worse again. We know this is not sustainable, as this type of cycle is dependent on how deep your pockets are. So this also normally just leads into decline. Then you've got the third option, and these are the people who can go out of that curve and fix whatever is happening, change, be responsive, pivot, all of those words you've heard. But take this change and move it forward and make a success of the business. So what is very interesting to us from this perspective is that this type of curve, all of these curves that you see here, this one here, is very similar to the change curve. That leads us into a Kubler-Ross stages of grief curve. And we can see that normally at the change, you go into the change curve, there's shock. But this is the portion of the curve which we call ending. Something ended. The world as we know it, the way we did business stopped and it changed. And for you to get out of this, you need to have a good amount of reflection. This is called the neutral zone, okay? So you need to get out of all of these emotions like anger, depression, denial, bargaining, and get into a neutral zone where you can reflect. And then you get onto the positive side of the curve, where we have acceptance, curiosity, creativity, meaning, and where we explore possibility. And this is the side of the curve which we call new beginnings. And this is a very, very interesting curve. Like I've said, it overlays a lot of, you find that on your life cycle of a business. Initial startment, initial excitement, then you go down and then you can move upwards. And this is where we bring your business planning into the mix. This portion here that says curiosity, creativity, new meaning, possibilities. This is what your business planning is all about. It helps you to get out of the negative or out of this deep curve here and into new beginnings. The most important thing about the change curve to remember is there's a time lapse. Time is moving from this side of the curve to that side of the curve. Your job as a business owner, as a leader of your business or your division where you work, is to make sure that the time spent from this side of the curve to that one is as small as possible. And secondly, you need to make sure that this, what we call the valley of despair, is as shallow as possible. And that's why business planning is so important. We help yourself and your people that you are responsible for to move out of this negative curve into positive new beginnings, into possibilities. Okay. The last portion of our discussion is about uncertainty. So a lot of people will tell you that it's useless to plan during uncertain times because the plan is obsolete from the printer. What we do know is we call planning, or this type of exercise, we call it facing your challenges with bent knees. And you all know if you have bent knees, you can change direction quicker and faster. And that's what it's all about. The fact is, with your business plan, you will get measurements and key points or milestone events in your project plan, which will tell you if you're on track or not. And it will help you to very quickly adapt and change your plan to make sure you get the results that you want. So it's a fallacy to say don't plan during uncertain times. It is more necessary, even more so, during uncertain times to plan. Okay. So what is our next steps here? Please make contact with me. Talk to me. Let us explore opportunities and ideas that will help you to think and plan about your business's future. There are many, many tools available. Let us pick the ones that are most suitable to you. I'm looking forward to have a discussion with you to explore it further. Thank you. Enjoy your day.